Hello everybody, my name is Jonah Werner and I'm coming at you from my home just outside of Boulder, Colorado. And I was supposed to be with you all today to share a little of my story, my music, and the Young Life story, but I'm obviously not able to be there. But we're here and we get to connect like this, so I'm excited to sit here and on behalf of Brad and the Young Life staff, the volunteer leaders who give so much of their time, and most of all, your middle and high school kids, say thank you. Thank you for supporting Young Life. Thank you for being our partners, or thank you for coming and checking us out for the very first time right here. The truth is that you are our partners and we need you, because with your help we want to make sure that every single kid in the San Diego North area has the chance not only to find a mentor and a community, a place to belong, a leader, but also and most importantly a chance to encounter the living God. Founder of Young Life said, "We're all about kids and we're all about Jesus, and don't you forget it." And we have it. We have it. You see, he believed, just as we do, that every single kid has the right to know that their Heavenly Father loves them like crazy. That they have the right to know about the Jesus of John 10:10, the one who said, "I have come that they might have life and have it abundantly." And that's all any kid wants, right? Is life, full life. And love that is consistent and true, never failing love. And that's what this is about. Hey, hey, how does that song go? She turns it up on the radio and she's gonna be a superstar tonight. She's got diamonds, blinging things that make her sing. She's got a number 4 dress size, self-esteem, and she knows a whole lot about almost everything. She's a regular high school beauty queen, and all she wants love, and all she wants. And he says, I go left and I go right, I go every which way I wish I might, and I do anything I want most all of the time. He's got a jacked up pickup truck kinda right, and he's hard on the gas, easy on the eyes, but it's nothing more than just a cheap disguise. 'Cause he's got a messed up family and a messed up life, and all he wants is love, and all we want is love, and all we want is love. It's true. There's a verse that we love in Young Life. It's 1 Thessalonians 2:8, and it says this. It says, "We loved you so much that we were delighted to share with you not only the gospel of Christ, but our lives as well, because you had become so dear to us." And this is a theme verse in Young Life, because we share the gospel with kids, but Young Life leaders also share their lives with kids. They go where kids go, on their turf, in their world. It's a thing that we call contact work, and it's really the heart of the Young Life mission. For your kids, it'd be going and hanging out on the school campuses, the cafeteria, it'd be becoming coaches and going and hanging out at the student section at football games, or going and hanging out at Chick-fil-A or Starbucks. It's just being in their world, on their turf, and if you've never tried it, you should, because you will have more respect for these Young Life leaders than you would ever believe, because it will scare you to death. I mean, I know for me, whenever I step on any middle or high school campus, I am transported back in time, and all the insecurities come flooding back. And I remember that same kid. I remember myself way back when asking the questions, am I good enough? Does anybody like me? Where do I belong? What's my purpose in life? You could picture me back then. I looked similar. I had short hair on top, long hair in the back. I was business by day and party by night. I drove a 1969 jet black Chevrolet Camaro with glass packs on the bottom and nitrous in the trunk. I was a fast driver in my dreams. I actually drove a 1985 peach-colored Ford Fiesta. It was 4 cylinders of pure power. I had a short hair and long hair, and I had a home perm in the back that my big brother gave me. Oh man, I was shy, I was lost, I was insecure. I had one friend, and every day my friend and I would sit at the cafeteria lunch table, and we would see this guy come in all the time. His name was Dave, but we called him Super Dave. And one day, Super Dave walked toward our table. We didn't know what he did or why he was there. We just knew he was awesome. And he said, "Hey, you're Jonah, right?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "My name's Dave." And I said, "Super Dave." He said, "Whatever." He said, I heard you're big skiers, right?" And I said, yeah, we like to ski. Grew up in the middle of the mountains of Colorado. We love to ski. And he said, "Well, I love to ski too." And I was wondering, would you ever want to go with me? Like, I'd love to give you a ride up to the mountain, and we could hang out all day, and then I could take you home afterward. And my first thought was, wow. It's super creepy, man. But my next thought was, but we do need a ride sometimes. This was before I had my Ford Fiesta, And so we started going skiing with Dave, and we became pretty good friends. And after a while, after he'd earned the right to be heard, is what we call it in Young Life. We believe in Young Life that kids don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And we knew Dave cared for us. He said, "Would you guys ever want to go to Young Life Club?" And we said, what's that? And he said, "Oh, it's super fun. It's skits and singing and games and a lot of the cute girls go." And we said, "Yeah, okay, we want to go there." And we did. And we loved it. Young Life Club is kind of controlled chaos. We call it a party with a purpose. It's skits and games and singing, and then a message about who Jesus really is. And for me, that was where my picture of Jesus changed, from the storybook cartoon Jesus to the living God. And it was there that I found a place where I belonged, and I was accepted regardless. After that, Dave said, "Would you ever want to go to Young Life Camp?" And I said, "What's Young Life Camp?" And he says, "It's incredible. It's a whole week long, and it's even more fun than club. It's just like it, but it's a week long, and 10 times as many girls go, and they're all from California." I said, I definitely want to go to that place, because like I said in that first song, all we want is love. And I wanted love back then. Do you remember that high school self? You remember we all went, I had a couple relationships here and there, but they were all kind of one-sided, like the kind where it really felt like she and I both loved her a lot, but neither of us cared for me all that much. And I want to find love. I went to Young Life Camp, and it was only because I didn't have any money. My dad was a high school dropout. My parents worked minimum wage. And Dave called me one day and said, "Jonah, someone from our town wants to pay for you to go to this Young Life Camp." And y'all, I don't know who that person was or who that couple was, but I wish I did, because if I did, I would look him in the eye and I would say, "Did you know that because of you, my whole life changed? Did you know what an impact you've made on my life?" Because I went to camp, and every night the speaker would speak a message, and I heard, yes, we're broken people. We are. And we can't get to God by our own good merits. But I heard this, that God loved us so much that while we were yet broken, he sent his son to pay the price for our sins so that we can be in right relationship with God. I heard that if I admitted I was a sinner, I believed Jesus died and rose again for me, and I committed my life to following him, I could have a relationship with the God of the universe. And so I decided that's what I wanted. And I went back home, and so Dave got me plugged into Campaigners, our small group Bible study where we can ask the questions, learn how to read the Bible, and then from there he got me plugged into church. Because make no mistake, y'all, Young Life's not church. It wasn't meant to take the place of the church. We're partners with the local church. And we would love it if every single kid ended up in a community of believers at church. Now here I am, 25 years later. I play my guitar and I share my simple story of how one community just like you stood behind one man who believed that I was worth something. And I'm passionate about it because this mission will never stop going after kids, because we know that when the cloud and the fog lifts from this ordeal, there will be kids still asking questions, maybe more now than ever, saying, am I worth anything? Does anyone care about me? Is life even worth living? And we're going to tell them that all he gives is love. Hey everybody, I am back, and it's not just because of my story, it's because of a lot of your stories, your kids' stories, and most of all, it's because of every single kid out there right now who is asking the question, am I worth anything? Where do I fit? Is life worth living? It's for all of those kids right now that I'm not only humbled and honored, but I'm excited that I get to be the guy who, in this crazy time, gets to ask you to partner with us. I get to be the guy to ask you to help us raise the funds we need to raise to keep this ministry and mission moving forward. Our annual budget is $265,000, and that's money raised from San Diego North community only, and then it goes back to ministry with kids in San Diego North. And right now, for this fundraiser, our need is to raise $50,000. And I think we can do it. And I want to charge you and challenge you, really, to take ownership of your kids during this time. Whether you have young kids, old kids, kids in middle or high school, or no kids at all. The kids in your community are your kids. And so would you take ownership and walk alongside these kids as our partners? I was thinking, it was in 2008, I was asked to sing at this Young Life fundraiser in Houston, Texas. And it was gonna be an easy gig, just play 2 songs and then I was gonna be done. And right before I went on stage, the area director of Young Life asked me, he said, hey Jonah, can you also do the financial pitch? And I said, what? No way, man. I don't know anything. I'm an artist. I don't know anything about finance. I don't have any finances. I don't know what to say. No one's going to respect me and my skinny jeans. And he said, well, we don't really have a plan B. And I said, oh, great. Shoot. So what do I need to ask? And he said, just ask him for $350,000 and we'll be good to go. So I went backstage and I was pacing back and forth, and this young high school girl, Young Life girl, said, are you okay, Jonah? And I said, no, this is terrible. I said, it's 2008, it's a financial crisis, the markets have crashed, and this guy just asked me to ask them for $350,000, and nobody's gonna be able to give anything tonight, and they're gonna blame it all on me. And y'all, without missing a beat, this young lady, this Young Life high school girl goes, oh, this is not about you, right? Like, this isn't about you or me, or this is about the people that are here with us. And I think if they ask God what they're supposed to give, we'll raise whatever we need to raise. And then maybe if times are hard for people financially, maybe they'll look at what investments they make and look at which ones are foolish and which ones are wise. And Young Life is a wise investment. And y'all, I stopped. And I thought, I'm going to use all of that tonight. Because she was speaking the cold, hard truth, right? About the difference between God's economy and man's economy. Stock market goes up and down, markets go up and down, but the investment you make in your kids, it never changes. It's always worth it, and it pays dividends that you may not even see until you're face to face with a kid like me who says, it's because of you that my whole life changed. So that's why I want to ask you to give boldly. And for some of you, that means giving $50 or $100 a month. For some of you, that means giving $5,000 to $10,000. It's different for everybody, but with what God has entrusted you with, would you please give boldly, take ownership of your kids, and walk alongside us as our partners as we continue to go after every kid everywhere for eternity. That's the message, and that's the ask. And I think we can do it. Let's raise this money together. And here's how you do it. There's probably going to be a graphic on the screen too, but this is it. Go to sandiegonorth.younglife.org and you can give your gifts. And let's give together. Let's give boldly. Let's raise this money. And now I'm going to play a little music to give by. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you for supporting Young Life. Prayers for you and your family during this time. Ask him the questions, and he'll give you the answers. This is What If I Fall? Catch me, and what if I call? Will you hear me? And what if I trust? Oh, will you help me? If I'm drowning, will you save me? When the day is done, all your sons and daughters, we tread our way waters, and we hold on tight to the things we think that we adore. Oh, but there's something in the wind that's saying, yeah, there's got to be more. There's got to be more. So what if I fall? Will you catch me? What if I call? What if I trust? Oh, will you help me? If I'm drowning, will you save me? 'Cause I'm crying out for rescue. I'm confused, I feel in pain. I can't make it out unless catch me. What if I call? Will you hear me? What if I trust? Oh, will you help me? If I'm drowning, will you save me? And what if I fall? Will you catch me? What if I call? Are you gonna hear me? And what if I trust? Oh, will you help me? And if I'm drowning, will you save me? Come and save me. Yeah, God bless you guys.